To the outside world, Amanda and Clive Owen appeared to have it all. A picture-perfect family, a thriving farm, and a life that felt like a countryside dream come true. But was everything really as perfect as it seemed? What secrets were hidden behind the stone walls of Ravenseat Farm? What began as a storybook romance soon unraveled into a tale of quiet heartbreak, growing distance, and emotional struggle. This is the untold story of how their love began, how fame slowly pulled them apart, and the unexpected strength they both found in the aftermath. Have you heard what happened to Amanda Owen's ex-husband? It's utterly heartbreaking. Once a man who quietly avoided the spotlight, Clive Owen's world changed drastically after his split from Amanda. Now isolated and burdened by reflection, his life has taken a deeply emotional turn that few could have anticipated. But before the heartbreak, there was a humble beginning, a love story rooted in shared passions and chance. Amanda Owen's journey began in 1995, when her love for the countryside led her to a shepherding job in Wiltshire. There she crossed paths with Clive, a solitary hill farmer from Ravenseat Farm. Despite the age gap, their mutual love for rural life sparked a connection that grew into something much deeper. By 2000, Amanda and Clive were married, and their shared life truly began. Together they built a home and welcomed 9 children, raising them amid the raw, beautiful landscape of Yorkshire. Life on the farm was far from easy, but Amanda embraced every moment with humor and strength. As the family grew, she balanced her roles as mother, shepherdess, and later, a public figure as their story reached television screens. Meanwhile, Clive preferred to stay behind the scenes, grounded in his quiet routine. Over time, the pressures of fame strained their bond, slowly unraveling a fairy tale once rooted in love and land. What began as a modest blog documenting Amanda's life as a shepherdess quickly caught public attention. Her wit, honesty, and vivid storytelling captivated readers far beyond Yorkshire. In 2011, ITV's The Dales brought cameras to Ravenseat for the first time, launching the Owens into national fame. Viewers were enchanted by their rustic lifestyle and natural charm, but fame has a cost. What began as a simple personal blog quickly transformed Amanda Owen into a relatable voice for rural life. Her honest, witty reflections on farm life, motherhood, and nature resonated with thousands, drawing in readers far beyond Yorkshire. With vivid descriptions of sheepdog trials, unpredictable weather, and children growing up close to the land, Amanda painted a rich portrait of countryside living. In 2011, the media spotlight found her when ITV's The Dales brought their farm life to national TV. This marked Amanda and Clive Owen's first real taste of fame, as viewers were welcomed into the daily workings of Ravenseat. Their once private world was now open to millions, and the journey had only just begun. As their visibility grew, so did the strain on their personal lives, especially behind the scenes. While the Dales captured warm, candid moments, it also marked the beginning of deep changes in Amanda and Clive's relationship. Amanda embraced the public role with energy and ambition, while Clive remained more reserved, tied to the quiet rhythms of farm life. The increasing fame brought opportunity, but it also magnified their differences. The cameras never revealed the growing exhaustion, the pressures of constant attention, or the emotional toll it all took. Over time, the very spotlight that elevated their story may have also contributed to the silent heartbreak Clive would come to face. Even worse, Clive was battling chronic pain. A damaged hip, worn down by decades of farm labor, left him struggling silently until he finally underwent surgery in 2019. The surgery was harder than expected. Complications made recovery slow. For a man who had never stopped moving, being sidelined was devastating. Amanda and the children rallied around him, but the emotional gap between her and Clive had grown. As Amanda's media career soared, Clive struggled with feelings of resentment and insecurity. In later interviews, he admitted, "I wanted to keep her to myself." His fear of losing her had, paradoxically, pushed her away. And Amanda, she felt alone. She was raising 9 children, managing a farm, and building a public persona. all while navigating Clive's anger, his silence, and her own exhaustion. By 2021, the whispers grew louder. Rumors swirled of emotional distance, even affairs. Neither Amanda nor Clive confirmed anything. But something had changed. In 2022, they announced their separation. Quietly, respectfully, a mutual decision to end a 22-year marriage. Fans were heartbroken, but for Amanda and Clive, it was survival. In Amanda's words, "It's been a nightmare. I've got children studying, working, and then he comes to me and says he's bored." Clive, too, admitted his role in their unraveling. "I was angry. I was drinking. It pushed her away. I know she dreaded coming home." Then unexpectedly, a reunion. In December 2022, Amanda quietly helped produce Beyond the Yorkshire Farm, a new series starring Clive and their son Reuben. Amanda stayed behind the scenes, but her presence was deeply felt. Was it loyalty, love, or simply a shared commitment to their children? Whatever the reason, the Owens had found a new way to work together, not as a couple, but as co-parents, collaborators, and friends. Just as the family found new footing, tragedy nearly struck again. In 2024, Clive underwent a second hip replacement. What should have been routine turned terrifying when doctors briefly feared for his life during surgery. Amanda, close to tears in interviews, said, "We could have lost him. He almost died." Recovery was long, painful, emotional. Clive hated himself during those days. Amanda stepped in once again. Supportive, steady, always present, Clive, known for his work ethic, found the loss of independence crushing. Amanda now carried the burden of household, children, public work, and caregiving. She was no longer just the ex-wife. She had become the emotional anchor for the entire family. And through it all, something shifted again. A quiet partnership was rebuilding, not based on romance, but on resilience. Their next chapter came in the form of Our Farm Next Door, a new project involving the renovation of an abandoned farmhouse they had purchased together. This wasn't a production set. It was personal, a new beginning. Amanda led the creative vision. Clive offered his hard-earned experience. Together, they tried to breathe new life into a forgotten place. "This actually belongs to us," Amanda said, contrasting it with their tenanted farm at Ravenseat. But behind the scenes, concern lingered. Clive wasn't bouncing back like he once had. Reports surfaced of fatigue, dizziness, and quiet warnings from those closest to him. He simply wasn't the same. The physical strain, the surgeries, the emotional toll, all of it had taken something from him, and yet he pushed on. Amanda, meanwhile, continued to grow. Her voice, her story, and her strength resonated across books, radio, and television, but she never left Clive behind. Their bond had evolved into something deeper, a shared purpose built on years of hardship and devotion. They may no longer be husband and wife, but they are partners in legacy. Their children, their farm, their love for the land, those ties have never broken. What do you think about the Owens journey? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.